侵略を企んでるんだ。だから退治しなきゃいけないんだ。君もそう思うだろう。ねえ、そう思うだろう。思うって言えよ。なあ。
If you couldn't tell, that was the very beginning of the show Denpa Teki Na Kanojo. It's a dark murder mystery directed by Kanebe Mamoru. Mamoru also worked on other shows such as Elfen Lied, Cardcaptor Sakura, and Bakuno. And if you haven't seen any of these shows, then you should feel bad as an anime fan. What I'm trying to say is that these shows are really fucking good, and you will be doing yourself a favor by watching them. The guy has a lot of experience in the directorial department, and it really shows in this 2-episode OVA. I hold this show in the highest regard, and I hope to convince at least a few of you that it's worth your time. So, let's get on with it. The story follows Juzuwa Ju, a delinquent who is one day approached by a small girl. This girl, Oshibane Ame, believes he is a king reincarnated, and that it is her duty to protect him as his servant, who has also been reincarnated. It sounds kinda lackluster as a story, but it's not as cliche as you would think, and the conversations that arise as a result of said plot are actually funny and just a bit charming. After some bootlicking and a healthy degree of getting the fuck out of here, Juzuwa seemingly decides to accept this fate, and it is from this point on that we see the relationship flourish. As characters, they complement each other surprisingly well. Juzuwa is short-tempered and kinda stupid at times, but overall good-natured as a person. Oshibana is cool and controlled, analyzing every detail before moving to action. That said, it is uncertain throughout the show whether she is just crazy or whether she is in fact his servant reincarnated. They strongly hint at one possibility during the first episode, but then make us question if that was truly the case in the second episode. It's just a tiny bit confusing. As this is only a 2-episode show, I can't say much more about the story without spoiling the majority of it. It's consistently surprising and dark, and everything I want when looking for something to watch. The plot in each episode is unique and really turns the cliche school saying on its head. It's unconventional and something that the anime industry needs a lot more of. Don't let the beginning put you off, that's really as heavy-handed as the show gets. Also, on a side note, there is a lot of blood in the show and they make it look beautiful. The animation is great, and some of the best scenes come from when a character is just standing in one place, allowing the viewer to take in just how well crafted this anime is. The soundtrack, or what little there is of it, is pretty good. There's only 2 or 3 tracks which are repeated, but they are used sparingly, with other scenes being filled with silence or the natural sounds of the world. My only issue with this show is its length. There are 2 episodes, each 40 minutes long, which develop the characters and the world better than most 12-episode animes do. At the end, you will be left with a lot of questions and very few answers. Who is Ochibane Ame? Who are these 2 exactly, and why were they prepared to kill someone for the sake of someone they just met? Doesn't that seem a little strange? And then, without spoiling anything for the second episode, one of the villains is just kinda forgotten about and left free to do whatever they want. It could be that they wanted to use the character again if they were to continue with the series, in which case I really hope they do. This show is so underrated and I rarely if ever see people talking about it. I would love a sequel and I would gladly fund a Kickstarter if there ever was one. But at the moment it seems that this is all there is to this series. The end might leave you feeling empty, but you'll enjoy the show if you give it a chance. I'm pretty sure of it. Hey, so this is my first review. It's a bit different and not what you usually see on the channel, but change is good. I may do a few more of these in the future if I see anything that inspires me to write. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or a comment. I don't usually ask, but I'm kinda curious what people think of this. And thanks for checking this out. I really appreciate it. See you guys later. Bye!